toxic masculinity.
We are done with the news. Time
now I
for
have
your
a new
comments and
tactic.
questions. Whatever you want.
Now I have a new tactic. Every time I see super chat, I'm taking picture of it
Perfect.
so I won't miss it.
Wasn't that our plan in the beginning, though?
I think so.
Yeah. What happened? Why didn't you do that? All right. Would you like to read the super chat, Jonah?
Yeah, Disney is a competition. Yeah, I understand. That's why they were like, you're not allowed to say Disney here. Still.
Yeah, still, it's
Messed
weird.
up.
It's weird.
Okay, first super chat from Daniel Patriot. Daniel was.
Yes.
The recent attacks on patriots flying flags behind their trucks is scary. I fly and don't treat me. I fly and don't treat on me and Blue Lives Matter flags daily behind my Ram 1500.
Nice.
I won't stop doing this. I love America.
Nice.
Us.
Nice. What was the first part of
US,
that? What is the first
US.
part of that he said?
The recent attacks on patriots flying flags behind their trucks is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Valeria wanted to get... What was the bumper sticker you wanted to get?
I wanted to get just an American flag bumper.
Yeah, she goes, I don't care anymore. I'm getting an American flag bumper sticker and I'm putting it on my car. And I said, don't you dare. And everybody out there is being like, you traitor. No, I'm not a traitor. And I'll tell you why. Because we live in downtown LA. And if we put that on our bumper sticker, the back of our freaking car is going to get smashed in. Not even a question.
I saw people with Trump sticker on in downtown LA.
Driving around or parked?
Driving around, parked inside.
Yeah. See, that's the issue. Like, certainly, yes, we have a parking garage, so our car's a little bit more safe. But if you ever have to park downtown outside...
There is no parking in downtown.
But you know what I mean. If you park in an area in which there are people who don't like Trump, you just get your back window smashed in. And here's the thing. Like, okay, if I didn't have any other way of expressing my support for Donald Trump or any other way of expressing, my patriotism, yeah, okay, maybe we would get bumper stickers or something like that. But, like, my whole show is like pro-America, patriotic, pro-Trump. Like, I love America. I'm trying to make America better desperately, despite the fact that it's so hard. You don't need to sacrifice your car. It's fine.
I'm paying so much money for the insurance. I want to use my insurance.
That's true. That's true. But you don't want to get it's a hassle, sweetie. But okay, look. If you want to get an American bumper sticker,
put it inside.
You we're gonna move soon, okay? So let's just wait until we move. I don't know where we're going.
If I would move to Texas, I would get a sticker. Don't California my Texas.
California after we move from California to Texas. I love it. All right, so shall we?
Yeah. Second super chat, also from Patriot Daniel. Chris, can we block him so he will stop sending us money?
No, we love Daniel. Daniel's cool, man.
Okay.
Love that guy.
On topic, I'm wastewater treatment plant operator. I'm immune to everything. Y'all can have my vaccine.
I think you told us that once before. That's hilarious. I love that. That's too funny, man.
Okay. John McMasters said, I'm an oil field truck driver. I'm the embodiment of toxic masculinity.
Is it what truck driver?
Oil field truck driver.
Oh yeah. You don't get more toxically masculine than that. Oh, I love it, man. I
think I already have imagination how he looks like in my mind.
You know what's weird? It's like, so I was in New York, and we're in the kind of nice hotel room looking at all the businesses, and when we were in New York.
Oh yeah, we get a great view. Like, I was surprised.
It was beautiful.
I mean, furniture was crap.
Yeah, furniture wasn't great, but the view was beautiful, and I could see all these business offices, and I thought, you know what's kind of sad actually is, like, I love my job. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Well, maybe one thing, but I would. There's a couple of things maybe, but I love this job. But here's the thing, and I love the freedom of it, but, like, there's something about working with other people in an office that is really nice, because you kind of feel like part of the world. You kind of feel part of what's going on, like the engine that is this market economy here in the United States. You're part of that. You're actually, one of the you're one of the things that keeps America going forward and moving forward, and it's especially true when you do a job with your hands, or you do a job where you actually have to do something physical, like working an oil rig, like driving a truck, like, and I've done some kind of stuff like that, but not really. I mean, I haven't had like a career or anything like a long-term job doing anything like really manly, and it's messed up, like when you do just even the smallest thing, like repair something in your house or help your brother remodel something in his house, or you know what I mean, like do a little demolition, or anything that you can do where you have to do something with your hands, drive a nail into a wall with a hammer, screw something in. We had to repair the bed the other day. Don't ask me why. It's because I'm fat is the reason. But yeah, anything that you got to do with your hands as a man, if you don't do a manly job, it's so great. I mean, you have no idea how nice it is. If you have a job like I have, and you have to do something masculine, oh my God, it makes you feel like your ancestors or something, like you're hunting something, which I should get into hunting, actually. I should get into hunting. Because the only reason, yeah, maybe I will. Well, I'll think about that. That's a new thing. Okay, I just had an epiphany on the show. Because I gotta have a reason to get out into the outdoors, because she won't go camping with me, and I don't really have an excuse to do any of that stuff. But if I start hunting, maybe because I don't really like fishing that much. Although my buddy Kurt, he likes fishing. But
I like fishing.
Oh, you like fishing?
I always. Have you seen my picture from childhood that I
No.
showed you yesterday? I was fishing.
Oh, you in one of them. You were, yeah. I thought that was like a novelty. No, that was like normal. Okay, all right. Well, let's go fishing. Yeah, I used to fish all the time when I was a kid.
But they weren't fishing like that you throw.
Yeah.
I would just like you want, like, there's two types of
Oh, yeah,
fishing.
you weren't fly
throw,
fishing. Yeah. I've never been fly fishing, which I would like to go fly fishing. It's a little bit more active.
I don't like that. I would like.
We could. Well, have you tried it?
No.
I haven't tried it either.
Complicated.
We should maybe try fly fishing. But yeah, I just went normal fishing my whole life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oregon, there's some good fishing in Oregon. All right. Next comment question.
Yeah. From MZBTTY Boop. Complicated nickname. I never understood the concept of men paying women to tease them and walk away.
Oh, the strip club thing.
You just pay extra and.
Valeria.
What? That isn't the truth.
Why are you not centered in frame? What happened? There we go. That's better. Yeah, I mean, I think some places probably, yes, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably not a topic I want to delve into too much. But when I was young, I always thought that like getting a girl to like you, attracting a girl when you're young and you're broke, if you can get a girl to want to date you or whatever when you're young, it's sort of like a like a challenge. It's like something you want to accomplish. Like you're going hunting and you want to achieve success in the hunt. And I was pretty good at it. And actually one time, and I always kind of like resented guys who kind of cheated, right? There were guys that cheated, I thought. And they would cheat by like okay, one way of cheating is obviously just being rich and being able to get girls because you're rich. That's obviously one way. So I always resented guys that were like ugly old men with like hot young girls, and now I'm one of them. But then also like I knew guys that were like photographers, and they like specifically went into photography so that they could shoot models. Like that was their whole game. It was
Probably
like
naked most of the time. Lingerie.
They would try to get them to do it. Sometimes they succeeded, sometimes they didn't. But it was just so creepy. I always thought it was so creepy, and like to me, like the whole idea. And now I think it's pretty with the apps and with the sort of hookup culture, which wasn't quite as bad when I was growing up. It's just so easy. And I actually remember when I was traveling through Europe, and I went to a a bar in Paris, and I ended up spending the evening with a very beautiful Polish girl. And I get back to the youth hostel where I was staying at, and there was these two guys I was hanging out with, and these guys were a little seedier than I was used to in terms of friends, and I asked them what happened to their girls, because they had each picked a girl in the bar to kind of hang out with. And they were just like, "Oh man, like they weren't interested. We had to come back to the place alone." And they were like, "Well, what the hell happened to you? Why'd you go after that hot girl?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? She was like the most beautiful girl in the bar." And they go, "Yeah, but man, you don't go after the most beautiful girl in the bar. She's not going to sleep with you." And I'm like, "Well, maybe I wasn't trying to sleep with her." And they're like, "Well, what the hell are you doing?" It's just like, why are you there if you're not trying to sleep with these girls? And if you're trying to sleep with the girls, why would you go after the most beautiful one? Like it's just a very different mentality. Like they had the mentality of just the whole thing of like, it was all just an attempt to hook up with a girl. Like to me, that was not the intent. The intent was to get the girl to actually want to be with you. That to me was the goal. And that's a much higher standard to try to get to. And so to me, the game of dating and being with women and everything was a far harder than I guess than I necessarily had to make it for myself. But that's the goal that I was aiming toward. And so I always kind of resented guys that would just be trying to hook up and then they'd use tricks. I always thought it was kind of cheating. And so to me, the concept of
what kind of tricks? Like I have 5 Bitcoins or what? Back then it was like how much? 1,000?
Yeah, well, just like, just the photography thing. I knew another guy. He wanted to be an airline pilot because he thought that girls liked airline pilots.
Yes.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. I don't understand that phenomenon, but I guess it's a thing, and different stuff like that. But it wasn't necessarily just jobs. It was also other kind of things. And yeah, I mean, I could go into a whole list of stuff. But the point is that there were guys that would just use tricks to get girls, and I always thought this was kind of cheating. And so the concept of actually paying a girl to sleep with you, that I just even couldn't. That was like out of the realm of my conscious. I just had no concept of why anyone would do that. But then I realized that there were guys like Harvey Weinstein who were just like, they weren't going to be able to attract a girl. So I actually, when I started thinking about the kind of messed up stuff that guys do to get girls, I realized the reason is because there are guys who are desperate to be with beautiful women, but there's no way they're going to be able to attract a beautiful woman. So that's their only option. And once I realized that, I actually became more sympathetic to these kind of guys. But I still don't understand strip clubs. I mean, I guess I kind of do, but it's just not, I don't know.
There's another super chat from Daniel about strip club.
Yeah.
Strip club are like all-you-can-eat buffets where you can't eat the food, but you have to pay a la carte for it.
Yeah. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but you can only smell the food. And you have to pay every time you smell it.
Then come being full.
Then what?
Then come being full, like not be hungry.
The way you phrase that sounds terrible. So let's rephrase it. You should go to the strip club already full.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Moving on. Do we have another question? Comment? Let's just distract from this awkward moment, please.
Yes, we do.
You should do what, being full?
Well, usually if you go like to expensive restaurant.
No. I just wanted you to repeat the words that you said. It's fine. Never mind. For comedic effect.
Yes. Frank James.
Yep.
People are minority on Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Sorry. Muppet Power.
People are minorities on Sesame Street. Muppet Power. Yeah, people are the minorities on Sesame Street. It's mostly Muppets. And actually, human beings are actually the oppressed minority on that show.
Another comment from Frank James. Am I looking at Bird One Blackface? Is it about Sesame Street?
Oh, Bert in blackface, he meant. Bert in blackface.
Ah, okay.
He's talking about the Sesame Street. That is pretty funny, actually. Let me switch to the view that you guys can actually see this. Yeah, he's saying, is that bird in blackface? Remember the guy you said looks Armenian?
Yeah, yeah.
He's saying that it's that Muppet, but in blackface.
Ah,
That's the joke.
okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have the unibrow.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So it must be like must be Bert's mixed race cousin.
But he has like a purple nose. I don't understand.
The
But,
purple
okay.
nose. I don't know. The whole thing just seems to me to be ridiculous. Anyway,
Okay.
moving on. Next
Charlie's Gibbons giving me $5. This should cover the American flag sticker.
I guess we're getting an American flag sticker. Fine.
Okay. Yankee the Rebel. Come to me and I've got 7 deers in my backfield at this very moment. Hunt away.
Oh, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Say it again.
Yankee Rebel, our girl.
Oh, Yankee the Rebel. Yes,
Yankee
yes.
the
Come to Maine. I've got 7 deer in my backfield at this very moment. Hunt away. You know, I don't know if I would hunt deer. I would probably hunt elk. And the reason I would hunt elk, I think, is because I really like deer, and I don't think I'd want to kill one. When I was like a little kid, my grandparents lived in a forest. They actually had a big forest, like hundreds of acres of forest. And we would sit out in the back window and we would look at the deer. And sometimes we'd be outside and they'd kind of come up. And my grandparents actually didn't really like them coming in because they would mess up their garden. They would eat all the food in their garden. So they had these huge high netting guarding the garden from these deer. But they did like looking at them out back, and they even had like little wooden deer figurines like placed around the house, and I think pictures of deer, and I think maybe I don't know. We had deer is kind of like a I don't know. Maybe I'd hunt a deer. I don't know. Yeah, why not?
Maybe that's why that Muppet has a purple nose. Wildcat Diva says alcoholic with a purple nose.
Alcoholic with a purple nose. They've made an alcoholic Muppet.
And it's black.
And it's black. I think that's racist.
That is.
I think that might be racist, Sesame Street.
We have been 2 hours.
Have we really?
2
Are we done
hours.
with the super chats? Do you want to call it a night?
Super chats. We are done. Can we cut it until somebody will say another super chat?
Well, Taco Magnet wants me to get into the third-party super chat thing. I'll tell you what. I wasted my weekend. I had so much work to do, including getting into the third-party super chat thing. Thanks for reminding me about that.
That's true.
I had so much stuff to do this weekend. I didn't do any of it because I actually got into another project, and so I neglected all the other projects that I had. I was supposed to sign a contract this weekend, didn't do that. The guy's like, "What? Where are you?" I'm like, I'm working on it. And I got to read through that, sign that. I've got
That's
so
not
much
a
stuff
super
to do.
chat.
Sorry, I delayed too long. Okay, read it. Let's do this. John McMasters.
I look like you from Impractical Jokes.
Impractical Jokers. Q from Impractical Jokers. I don't know who that is. Let's do images. Oh, he's a good-looking guy. He's all right. You look like Q from Impractical Jokers? He kind of looks like me a little bit. We got kind of the same eyebrows. He's a little bit more heavy set.
There's one eyebrow
Look at that.
image. There's one eyebrow image. You missed
He's a little fatter than me, but
missed it. There's he in a gray.
I don't know what you're saying, Dolly.
Second row.
This one?
No, one more.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, the gray hat.
Yeah.
Gotta use the word hat. That would
Hat.
help. That would help me to understand what
Hat,
you're trying to
okay.
say.
I thought it's like
yeah.
a baseball cap. No, it's not a baseball cap.
I do that a lot actually. Yeah, we kind of have a similar look. He's kind of like a slightly fatter version of me, but yeah, we got kind of a similar look there. So, but this guy said that John McMaster said that he looks like Q from Impractical Jokers. I don't really know why you wrote that, but now we know what John McMasters looks like. Oh, was he talking about earlier about something about women or something like that? I don't know. Mr. Reagan, is it going to have new videos? Oh yeah, I'm always working on new videos. I'm actually working on a lot of new videos, which is why I'm not getting any of them done. That's the biggest problem. Frank James, yeah, he's fat. All right. Well, let's call it a night, and we will see you guys tomorrow. This was a really long one. I didn't mean for it to be this long. I actually wanted this to be kind of short today, but we had a lot of stories to cover, and yeah, a lot of interesting news. Thanks for sticking with us if you stuck with us the whole way through, and we will see you guys tomorrow. You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, good night. And don't call it immediately because there's not a super chat.
I'll figure it out.
Chris, there's not a super chat.
All right.
It's just Charlie Gibbons. Thank you too. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Charles. All right. Bye, guys.
Good
night. Toxic masculinity.
Is it gonna cut again? We'll see. Yeah, finally. No, it didn't cut. Awesome. That was perfect.